a target.
You want to be strong? Learn from the pro now. When you choose a long-range marksman to take down enemies in the distance, only to find the enemies constantly staying at the edge of your attack range. When you enthusiastically pick a high-burst mage, planning to crush the opponents, but the enemies keep sneaking outside your vision. The professional players have long been using the small tricks in their settings for smooth operations. Let's take a look at how the pros set up their game. Change the setting from fixed camera to camera shifts with skill direction. Your vision will move with the direction of your skills, allowing for a broader vision range. This not only enables more accurate targeting, but also gives you the upper hand to anticipate incoming enemies in advance. Come and try this practical secret that professional players are using. Play like a pro to dominate the enemy team effortlessly. Learn from the pro. Learn more from Honor of Kings Global Esports.
now. Now I see that I got everything I need. It's alright, I'm on fire, I'm alive, 'cause now I fly so high, light up the skyline. Let's do it this time, like it's a whole new colorful world. Like we're the only ones in this world. Like we're the only ones in this world. Never thought we'd get this far, burning like the stars. How we get this far, like we're the only ones in this world. Like we're the only ones in this world.
From group stage to the knockout stage, we've witnessed the rise of new legends.
Inilah dia barisan pemain yang bakal bertanding. Kita perkenalkan terlebih dahulu LTD. Jauh dalam bahaya sedikit saja lagi. Tongkat dilakukan. 5 terakhir.
We started this journey with a single goal in mind: to become the best. Every match, every challenge, we grew stronger.
Our path wasn't easy. We faced giants, overcame doubts, and now we stand on the brink of greatness.
This is more than just a game. This is our chance to represent our region, to show the world our strength.
We are the new hope. We are ready to fight, ready to conquer, ready to claim the honor and make Malaysia proud.
Sekarang ini mereka paksa tim Secret dan Malaysia.
Only one can emerge as the champion. Who will seize the glory? Who will bring back the honor? Welcome to Honor of Kings.
Welcome back to the Honor of Kings Invitational Season 2 Grand Finals. Now our top two championship title, but only one will be crowned the Kings of the Kings in this Invitational. They fought hard from all the way, the very bottom, the qualifiers, the group stage. Now they are at this stage of the grand finals, eyeing out to take away home that $100,000 US lion's share of prize pool. Who will take the crown and who will be our finals MVP? Let's kick off the grand final with our both teams, Team Secret versus Team LGD. We're heading over to our casters to start the show. Take it away, casters.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Season 2 Honor of Kings Invitational, the Grand Finals, Kin. We are finally here, but those new that have joined us before or just now after our break, you have missed the show match, but everything has now been turned up. Again, I'm Blan, and with me, everybody's favorite, Dofu. It's Mr. Kin Dofu. How are we feeling going into the Grand Finals match?
Feeling a little hot at this point. It's going to heat up very soon in the Heroes Gorge. We have a couple of things that we're going to be eyeing out for, and this is going to be serious stuff because winner of this wins the entire competition, and they have to do it within the best of 5.
They do have to do it with a best of 5, and again, both of these teams are 3-0 yesterday, but it doesn't matter because the only thing that all these teams have been defeated and pushed to the side by both Team Secret and LGD Malaysia is the EWC. That is where all their eyes are going to be gazed upon. But thank you very much for the Esports World Cup for sponsoring Season 2 Invitational. All 8 teams go through at the end of this month to the beginning of next month to fight it out all again for a bigger prize and the KPL Dream Team as well.
That's right, we will take it step by step, and if you're looking for the next best step to take, you should get your hands on the Infinix GT20 Pro. That's going to help you because we have the smoothest frame rates on this phone, 120 FPS. It's all customized and optimized for you to look at the Heroes Gorge in perfect fashion.
Yes, I mean, it has definitely held up to the whole of the heat that Season 2 Invitational has brought up until now, but will it be able to continue with the Grand Finals match? But hey, it's been a long while, Kin, but we're finally here to see who is going to battle it out. It's going to be really interesting, but before we crown the award of the Season 2 Invitational, make sure you guys go over to the Esports Awards to cast a vote for Honor of Kings within the Mobile Esports Game of the Year. It helps us out, it'll help you out, and it'll just help out for a longer, better, more amazing Honor of Kings esports as we go on throughout the years. So again, go and vote at the esportsawards.com and vote for Honor of Kings.
Definitely, we will love your support. We would like to have you join us, not just in the game, but in real life as well. There are a couple of things that we are going to be looking for on the side of LGD. First, let's take a look at their lineup.
Yes, so their lineup comprises none other than Siang in the Clash Lane. Musang King was the king of double kills throughout the entire of Season 2 Invitational. Zhejiang as well in the mid lane. We have JR and Zit in the support role. And what a fierce roster this has been.
Yep, let's take a look at their competition at this point. It's going to be Team Secret, the challengers here. They're going to be fielding Xuan, Tian X, Alum, Sun, as well as Yuhan. The 5 of these boys will be trying to pit their best and their skills against the likes of LGD Malaysia to see who is the better Malaysian team and who is going to take the lion's share of the prize pool of this competition.
And for those that weren't quite aware, but this matchup has happened already before.
Hello សួស្តីអ្នកនរគ្នា
You had to qualify
យ៉ាងថ្ងៃនេះយើងមកមើលការប្រកួត Honor of King Invitational Season 2 រវាង Team Secret ជាមួយនឹង LGD Gaming ដែលនេះគឺជា watch party របស់ Team Secret ដូចគ្នាផងដែរ
But look at that.
ហ្នឹងហើយ
rate is
ហើយ
pretty much neck and neck. Average kills, little
ថ្ងៃ
bit
នេះ
of
យើងក៏មាន
differentiation,
giveaway ដែរអញ្ចឹង
but
បងប្អូនគ្នាឆ្ងល់ចុំ giveaway បានអីគេហើយធ្វើមិនបានលេង យើង giveaway អាវ Team Secret ណាខ្ញុំបើអ្នកគ្នាមើលអ្នកគ្នាក៏ចូល post នេះមកចូល page next level មកហើយចូល post នេះមកតោះមកនេះគ្រាន់អ្នកគ្នាចូលមើល stream របស់យើងហើយកុំភ្លេច share រី stream ហ្នឹងហើយនឹងshare post នេះជាសាធារណៈទៅ public ហើយ like page next level mention មិត្តភក្តិ5នាក់នៅលើ share របស់គ្នាហ្នឹងគឺមានឱកាសឈ្នះ Team Secret ហ្នឹងចំនួន3រង្វាន់តែម្នាក់ឈ្នះបានមួយហើយនេះធ្វើដូចគ្នាយើងនៅក្នុង comment អញ្ចឹងណាណាគេចង់ឈ្នះ Team Secret ហើយយឺតហ្នឹងហើយកុំភ្លេចធ្វើតាមហ្នឹងមកយើងនឹងមានឱកាសឈ្នះដែលពួកយើងនឹងចាប់រង្វាន់នៅពេលក្រោយដូចគ្នាដែរអញ្ចឹងតិចទៀតយើងមកមើលការប្រកួតអញ្ចឹងថ្ងៃហ្នឹងគឺTeam Secret ប៉ះមួយ LGD ក្នុងវិញ្ញាសា Honor King ហើយសម្រាប់ការប្រកួតហ្នឹងគឺមានប្រទេសម៉ាឡេស៊ីនឹងចាស់ប្រទេសផ្ទាល់មកហើយពីរ team ហ្នឹងក៏ម៉ាឡេដូចគ្នាអញ្ចឹងកុំភ្លេចចូលលេងមួយនឹងនេះផងកុំភ្លេចចូលលេងមួយ giveaway ផងយើងចែកអាវ
Yep, business for sure. And I can tell you the stress levels, the tension of these boys on stage is unmatched at this point. Right now, this is going to be
traffic បាទហើយនឹងគ្នាយើងកុំភ្លេចថ្ងៃហ្នឹង soon អត់លេងទេអ្នកគ្នា see you soon គាត់លេងថ្ងៃ10តែអត់តនឹងប៉ះ team ណានិយាយទៅគេត្រូវចាប់ពូម្ដងទៀតឥឡូវហ្នឹងគេលេងគ្រប់
games for
D
so JR
គេលេងគ្រប់ D
has his eyes on that pick but then we see the Mai Shiranui get banned out and the
ជឿនយកលេងមួយ Cloud9 Cloud9 សង្ស័យចាញ់ជឿនយក
it's been a very small pick
in
the pool of heroes for both of these teams. They have been definitely control mage centered, but speaking of control mages, we have the Chow onto the side of Team Secret. And I think with them being on blue side, it was no secret that this was going to be the prio pick, right?
Yeah, definitely. Both teams have already showcased a strat. And right now, if they get their hands on the Futsu, that will complete the combination.
Ben Hino, Ben Lady Son.
Maybe a slightly different composition. We don't know. But at this point, Zhang Fei as well as Lady Chen going to be secured by the side.
Pick Alan, pick Tachiu, pick Fuji.
Yep, there is.
Can LGD pick Marco Polo, Zhang Fei hay Lady Chen. Lady Chen គឺពេញយមដែរគេ pick រហូតមកហើយ Marco Polo ឃើញ Team Secret គាត់ pick លេងដែរតែឥឡូវខាង Team LGD គាត់ pick មកហើយគាត់ចង់បិទដៃឲ្យខាង Team Secret លេងទេ
We have the lockdown of the Futsu, we have the death on Sunset for the Elite.
គ្នាយើងណាចង់ឈ្នះ giveaway កុំភ្លេចណាខ្ញុំឲ្យមើលម្ដងទៀតចង់ឈ្នះអាវ Team Secret យើងមាន giveaway អាវ Team Secret អាវយឺតចំនួន3រង្វាន់អាវយឺត3ហើយអាវយឺតហ្នឹងមានទាំងពណ៌សពណ៌ខ្មៅហើយគ្រាន់ធ្វើតាមលក្ខន្តិកៈនៅក្នុងផុសហ្នឹងមកចូល page មកអស់ចុះក្រោមមកឃើញណាមានការឈ្នះអាវហ្នឹងលក្ខន្តិកៈយើងអត់មានអីច្រើនទេ share stream ហ្នឹងហើយ share ផុសនេះជា public like page ហើយនឹង mention មិត្តភក្តិទាំងអស់គ្នា5នាក់មកគឺមានការឈ្នះមក
Big Bench here, it's actually Princess Frost that's going to be a damage dealer to the side of LGD because it stops the long range poke, right, with the Winter is here. As well as the Angela, if Marco Polo is caught out by the Chaos Emerald, could spell a horrible time. Likewise, for the side of Team Secret, we are looking at the Dharma. Once he lands the Truth mantra, you can expect Dacha will be knocked out along with Futsu away from the Sea of Fate, which might cause a huge problem during the team fights as well, and they will ban out the Mankey. No Dream Roam, no Dream Bubble, no dream of tanking through all of the damage they're looking to offer.
Yeah, so Monkey actually being one of the picks LGD have gone for at least 3 times within the competition, whereas Team Secret have not picked this Monkey onto their team yet, but the Jing is something that was something that we probably would have been able to predict, right? Because they have the Zhang Fei, they need something that's going to be able to get to the back line, especially with the Chow. You need something to try and lock her down, or try and at least do a great amount of burst damage. And if Marco Polo fails, Jing can prosper, hopefully for the side of LGD.
Yep, now, wow, okay, we're finally gonna have it. It's gonna have
Nakoruru ហើយចៅ E អ្នកនេះអានចៅ U ក៏បានតែឈ្មោះមែនតើ
completion with Nako Ruru as a huge burst, early game centric. Looks like Team Secret they want to end this fast.
E នឹងមេតបនឹង30គុកនឹង Sea Kingdom មេតបតំអ៊ូ
No tank to be seen on their side.
run
They
for
have
your
obviously the
life.
lane that's going to be taking a lot of that full brunt to begin with. But then after that, it's pretty much, hey, if that lane falls down, what are we going to do? We're going to hope for not being knocked out of the whirlpools of the Chow. But it's so nice to finally see some new heroes, kid. That Joe Yu, the
Ủa chiến
Nakaruru coming
cái
through.
cô đi lên bà
It's
sao
gonna
phai trong này
be
cái snap base này
crazy. This game one
anh lánh
of the
Nakoruru
grand final
chữ
between
Ifushi
Team
Tà
Secret
Chiêu Chàng
and
Phay
LGD.
Marco
It's
Polo
been a
Lady
long time
Chen
coming for
Trinh
some
hay
new
là
heroes
mà
on the
Jin.
gorge.
Yep, definitely. And with the Joey itself, it's going to be a scorching hot time for game
Thì
one.
chúng có thể Team Secret ai nhận lượt pin này rồi lượt pin là
for the result in the
ở King
qualifiers.
Invitational.
And now they hope to be able to triumph their hard rivals here, LGD.
Yes, and this is where it all starts, Kin. This is where the finals are starting to be written out as it is. But I really like the Joe Yu pick here in the mid lane because, again, puts a lot of pressure on there. You get to fan the flames of Joe Yu there, and he's able to damage the turret, but may get caught out here by Xiang early game. But no, there comes through the extreme escape. It's as if he was
Cái
on
kia
the
dân
top
này
of
mới
the
stream
mountain,
complete từ
being
lên vô
guided
ai
and
đi thôi.
rescued by the mounted team there as
Complete
Dao
từ
Chao
lên nằm bay vô
came
ai
through
Team
to save
Secret được cái này
Joe
cũng
Yu.
này bà.
Yep, you will be expecting a
So-
lot of close clutches like these as the game goes on. Once again, Dacha will get caught out. And let's take a look at Zhou Yu itself, right? Right now, let's see the skills that he offers. Blam, maybe you want to help me out here?
Yeah, so Zhou Yu's basic combo is 2-2-1, and then ultimate, as his ultimate does kind of push away.
Nhưng
And,
pin ý,
well,
giờ
his
tới
ultimate
phía
basically
trên game
enhances the
honor
damage
khi nó
of those
nơi
flames.
early
So
game
skill
game
2
từ
and 1 create a fire
miền
element,
kill đi, phía trên
and
cái
then
poke cái này
ultimate
cái
is to
farm.
inflict area damage and
Early nó
control. So
toàn bay
once
cái này
you're
rồi
caught in that
phèm
flame
tí ấy.
domain, you've
Ta
got
bởi
to
lên
make sure you get
aggressive
in
miền
before he
vệt
pops
miền
up
ấy
your
nó ai
ability
nhận miền
because
cao
the
bay
damage
cái này.
comes through and the CC
Định mua
goes
sang
too
khiến
heavy.
cho mình
And
về
that's
được
gonna really
ngọc
disrupt
xiên
the
Sean.
Jing here. And speaking of disrupting,
Nope,
we
Team
see that
Secret.
LGD with the Jing gets the first kill onto Xuan.
Mùi
in
son
the
early game.
clash lane.
First blood.
Nakaruru was not able to assist there in that 2v1.
Yeah, perfect start for the side of LGD here. And, funneling the kill into Musan King is definitely what they want to do on the side of LGD. 2-on-1 TNX.
Yep, it's looking like another
No
2-on-1
big kill
brutal
but TNX.
attack under the turret as well. The pure
Cái với LGD.
gall of LGD is really showing in game one. We still haven't
Early
seen
game cứ cọp.
Team Secret is able to
Cho
claim
mong
a
về
kill
đâu
yet
không
from the side
không
of
không vô tại mà đó
LGD,
mà.
but my gosh, Ken, the assault, they are
Tụi mình
not
về farm cho
pulling
vào đó
any
đi.
punches now, LGD. They want to be the pride of Malaysia.
Yeah, for sure. LGD are really successfully stealing 2 camps in the past 2.5 minutes, and this is a damaging
Succession.
gameplay, to the side of Team Secret here.
There's a little bit of engage there for the Whirlpool gets put down just in case Futsu gets caught out, but unfortunately Marco Polo and Zhongfei had to kind of pack off a little bit there. I feel that was a bit wise, but they did have the Jing pretty close by, so I feel like that could have maybe gone in the favor of LGD there, but again, we don't know what happens when the Chow comes through, because if she can clutch the extreme rescue of the Joe Yu in the very early minutes of this game, I don't think there's a lot that Yuhan can't do.
Ủa, Xuân lên mong màn bông, Xuân lên ngày đọc. Mày đang Xuân lên màn bông, ở đây Xuân lên ngày đọc. Thì Xuân lên ngày đọc. Anh đi dân mơ honor thì.
For him to get MVP at least once in the season 2 Invitational.
Well, we'll see if that becomes a reality at this point, because the reality is LGD is leading, and they need to do a little bit more damage on the side of Team Secret in order to make this
Secret
game work for
push
themselves.
turret mình.
Yeah, we can kind of see the damage coming through there. The Unbridled Rage knocks him out the Whirlpool.
Hey,
It's a
this
little
one.
bit too close for comfort. Oh, beautiful. JR with the
teleport
close
now,
down
quay đột.
onto Futsu, and it's not quite done yet. Death on Sunset onto JR, but Zhongfei
Đây thì make
is
a
trying
cop.
to keep Shoyu
Cop
off
ấy,
of
nice.
him as well, but we do get a kill go over to Team Secret, but he has got to try and escape from the Xiang and Z there on the side of LGD, but it looks like it's not quite just over yet, kid. There is something brewing in the mid lane.
Yeah, they have to be really careful, right? Team Secret at this point, it's really critical that they have to make sure the waves are managed at this point, and you can see even though they get the kill, it's not working out too much. The trade is still in favor of LGD. Now with this, it is something that's favorable, but they might lose the T1 on top.
Yeah, T1 in the clash lane looking pretty clutch, but we do see they're able to claim the first Tyrant of the game, which is going to enable these very aggressive heroes on the side of Team Secret a lot more
damage, but Futsu almost
GD.
getting caught out there by the frozen. We do see the
Mà
Whirlpool
muối chia
reaching
này tụm
in
lên kẻ
pretty
muối.
much in quick concession there.
Sẽ ra nhóm
with
nơi
the
đã ấy
Lady
này.
Chen's
Cái này vô
ultimate,
sự của
but
bạn được.
wasn't quite needed
Chết.
for Futsu in that interaction. But as you were saying, LGD has still been able to keep kings of that goal difference, Ken. They've shown time and time again that this is just how they keep their control in these matches.
Yep, so right off the bat, we're taking a look at the
Cái hai nhóm
itemization.
đồng cắt
Both
sọ đã.
of the
Xa
bomb
xìa
lanes
xôn trên nè.
already have the Sparkforge Dagger at this point, and
Pi
you know,
xôn thôi
the
mà nhỉ.
difference in the supports is a Crimson Shadow going into the hands
Pi
of
xôn
the
trên pi
Arts,
xôn
and
cắt
it's
sọ
going
mùi
to
rồi.
be Guardian instead for the side of the Zhang Fei on Zhe.
So Zhang Fei going for more of a shield-tensive item for his support item there, but we are getting a 3v2 currently. Are we going to get a Whirlpool come through?
Pi thêm đi bay cái này là om ở xa lệ aggressive đấy cái này. Tại thêm gì cái đấy aggressive hiện fail turn. Mở cho đi khăn. Tại khỏi tha thêm gì cái đấy có khăn thoáng còn comeback game ăn hốt. Về game fail. Ultimate muối, phá xíu quay Marco Polo chơi auto đi. LGD chill.
Team Secret is able to get a second kill on the board, but what a wipeout in that farm lane. Kin, that was so aggressive by the side of LGD.
Yep, I mean it's a consolation prize, right? The fact that you get the kill on JR, but that's all that it is at this point, a consolation prize, because LGD have successfully stifled the growth and the aggression coming in. I don't think they will be able to take this tower just yet.
I don't know. I mean, they go out of there, they do a lot of damage, they just play those mental mind games with Siang in the clash lane, but it looks like LGD are going to go for the Overlord. So first Overlord does go over to LGD thanks to Musang King, so no 100% clear for either of these teams. And it looks like that JO is able to peep the Azor Golem buff as well from the TNX on the side of Team Secret, which again, we know that Nakaruru is very reliant on those cooldowns, very reliant on that mana.
Yes, a little bit more greed here. I'm not sure why he didn't use the smite at that point. There is no other jungle objective that requires smite, and we might see a punish coming in from TS.
Yes, definitely, maybe a punish here, but Whirlpool's coming through, so we could get the rest of the team up here in the clash lane, and we do, Kin! There is plenty coming through the sunset. Death on Sunset is being activated, but didn't actually catch out JR.
Game cái lead goal, lead kill này.
Yuan is getting caught, kicked back beautifully there by Siang, and then pushed back with the unbridled rage of Zhang Fei to keep away that team fight and keeping it in favor of LGD. But what beautiful display there in the clash lane.
Lane push.
Right, this is the LGD Malaysia speciality.
Strategy push.
Making trades all over the place. It doesn't matter if we lose a kill or not, we will get something in value across as well. So 7-3, it is still pretty much in favor of LGD. Let's take a look at the growth of the items. We do have the Mask of Agony, so a lot of damage coming in from the Soyu. So Loong is going to be able to help out in the fight, but this is matched exactly by the Lady Chen as well. Zhong doing well, and it feels like LGD just are one step ahead. They know exactly what Team Secret are looking for.
Yeah, they just seem to be always playing above the curve on the side of LGD compared to Team Secret, but it's no secret to those that have been watching at home, Kin, that Team Secret definitely is able to bring it back in that mid to late game. They are not like some of the other teams within the Season 2 Invitational, where if the early game does not go in their favor, they can't do anything going forward. But we've seen a pretty much a similar picture here in the jungle until that Shadow Tyrant was taken there on the side of Team Secret. It was very much even Stevens, 2 turrets, 2 jungle, well, 1 jungle objective, but now 2 jungle objectives go over to Team Secret, and it's once again that Tyrant, and that's just going to help this pushing force of the Futsu and the Dachao.
Yep, at this point they need a little bit more. They have they're pretty equal in terms of the turret takes, right? So it's 2-2 at this point. LGD looking for more across the map.
Yes, we're seeing a massive engage here from Jing. TNX goes down. Musang King is no stranger to the aggression. They trade the T2 in the clash lane for the T2 in the mid lane. I don't know about fair trade deals here, Kim, but to me, that opening the mid lane is going to be a little bit more of a nuisance for the side of Team Secret here.
Yeah, we talked about this being a day of business, right, for the side of LGD. And you know what? Team Secret are no slouches as well. They do manage to bring the T3 on the top down to less than half its health actually. So this is a punchback from the side of Team Secret. So still hopeful for an even game at this point.
Yep, hope is all that Team Secret have. Maybe that is the secret to Team Secret, is just hope, baby. But you really see the absence of the Futsu and the Chao in these team fights, and you can see they're just being used as a siege tool. So just trying to push these macro plays, trying to get as many turrets off of the side of LGD, so that when those late game team fights happen and they have the empowered minions coming through as well, we could be seeing a little bit more of a favor for the side of Team Secret. But Mayin just basically being used as a distraction here for the side of LGD, but that is not going to be quite enough yet. They aren't able to take down the Mayin, and this is the issue that one of the Brazilian teams had yesterday. Is that Elaine just wasn't dealing out the damage we needed it to, buddy. We need some more damage on the side of Team Secret right now, and I feel like at a certain point it's got to come from Futsu, but it could come from Joe Yu coming in from the teleport here. Yes, he does. We put down the flame domain, but then gets pushed back, so isn't able to fan those flames and able to catch out the side of LGD. I feel like that was a brilliant play by Z on the Zhongfei.
Muốn xong sẽ LGD gió nào.
On the side of Team Secret as well, right? Nobody died on the side of TES, and I think that's a good sign for them, because at this point, 3-8, yes, they're trailing in kills, but somehow they're working the map with the best they can, and Sun unfortunately going to be taken down.
Yep, Sun does fall a demise there. But JR is still ahead of the gold, so it's not going to really matter much to Sun, because he was already behind with the gold. It's probably more detriment to the whole of Team Secret rather than the farm lane himself. But JR been playing a fantastic Marco Polo match so far. And nonetheless, because JR is just showing that he doesn't need that Lady Sun pick. He can basically just abuse you with whatever ADC hero he wants to, and that higher ground turret is looking mightily open here for the side of Team Secret, as well as their T2 into the clash lane for the help of the Vanguard. We saw that Elaine was trying to give quite a bit of a barrage of attacks there into the front line, but Joe Yu is able to take down Musan King. The King has been dethroned for now, but are Team Secret going to do anything with a takedown of the enemy jungle?
It's a little bit difficult at this point, but let's take a look at the growth of the items, right? Well, we could be looking at Siege Breaker, but hang on, Yuhan.
Oh, Yuan get taken down by Siang, and it's not looking like that is what's going to be the only claim within this team fight. There we go, TNX. That is a quick turnaround for taking down their jungle. It's like an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, but we still have a smite on our Zhongfei for any of these next jungle objectives.
Yep, they're just trying to force them out here. This positioning here, nice catch with the Sage's Smite. No, it wasn't even a Sage's Smite, right? They wanted to catch Musan King, but it just turned into a 1v4 all of a sudden, and that's the scary thing about LGD, right? You never expect a...
Rồi vậy thêm gì again để cho mở top cho.
No, never. Only in the early game, it seems, like we saw with Loops versus LGD yesterday, where they was able to get the first blood. But speaking of a Clash Lane brawl, it's pretty much very fashionable here on the Clash Lane side of the jungle. 1v1 between the Mayin and the Elaine. Not quite being able to take out as much damage here, but here's a beautiful, aggressive engage here from the side of a little bit too aggressive from LGD, as we saw that Musan King was taken down once again, thanks to the Joey. That is the beauty of this control mage. Just if you're in those flames, you want to get out the frying pan and straight back into the kitchen, baby. You don't want to be frying any longer than you need to. But again, using that domain to clear these minion waves is a really good strategy here for Team Secret. Comes through, so they're able to recall and get a little bit of faster health clear. But this means that LGD are able to clean up some of those jungle objectives, kid.
Yep, they will be starving them out in terms of farm, and if you notice the way that LGD have positioned themselves, it's very clear they're looking to protect Mr. Musan King here, right? Because right now it's going to be Zhihong on the front lines, which is kind of funny if you think about it, but Zhihong has the Ocean of Tears. The passive coming out from that skill will allow him to be invincible for a short moment, which will buy time for people like JR, Xiang, or Zhe to set the stage for Musan King to come in and finish off the kill.
Yeah, so we're probably going to more likely guarantee that Overlord is going to be dropped down there into the farm lane to stop that minion wave towards the high ground turret. And there we go. They see them decimated on there, but we're seeing that Shuan is going 2v1 against the Mayin and the Lady Shen, but nobody is dying just yet, kid. Everybody is holding on to their pearls, clutching onto their health as it seems, but everyone is focusing Zhang Fei, which probably isn't the focal point you want going into this next team fight, because if you waste a lot of spells, a lot of ultimates onto the Zhang Fei, it just means you have less playability, less skills to come through when it comes to this next team fight. But again, we're just seeing LGD just starve Team Secret's jungle here.
Yep, actually, you know, one of the things that I think they're considering is the fact that they want to burn down the so that he goes back to base and they can mute this aggression.
Yep, it looks like that may just be it, but they are trying to catch out Musang King. He's in the mirror domain, but it's not enough. The flame domain put too much pressure. The crucial crowd control from Zhou Yu in this team fight has made it a 2-1-0 trade so far. There we go. JR, the stoppable force on the side of LGD. Their ultimate damage taken down right now, and that's a solid 34-second death spawn timer on the side of LGD, and Musang King coming back in 20 seconds. But there is no jungle objective that will be appearing before Musang King gets back on the board. So again, I don't think there's anything they can really do here, kid, other than just try and get some wins in these lanes.
Yeah, they just need to push out the towers at this point. You know, just search for whatever farm that's available, right? And this will come in the form of the camps. Let's take a look at how that fight went down. JR was trying to support from the backlines. You know, Xuan was looking for that kill. It was actually a very nice catch from JR on top 4. But unfortunately, he does not have enough damage and they have too much health on the side of Team Secret.
Yeah, far too much health on the side of Team Secret. And obviously, the on the Zhang Fei is just such a solid tank. The fact that this hero can just soak so much damage into these early parts of the team fights just means that stuff like this is able to happen pretty easily, with the takedown of the Shadow Tyrant once again going over to the side of LGD, giving them a little bit more damage. But are we going to see a bit of a backdoor play here? No, there's no
strategy split push.
There is no minions for them to play with, unfortunately, Ken.
Well, it's fine. They did get the turret, so the T3 LGD forced to make a move here.
Forced to make a move. We see the recall, the wall saving Elaine's life there. So well played to Hugh Huan. If they're able to secure the victory in game 1, I feel like it's all propped up by the Chao pick, it seems. But again, there is a trade for the higher ground turrets. We saw that the bot lane higher ground turret did fall. However, we saw that Team Secret, with a bit of a Hail Mary play into the Clash lane, was able to secure the Clash lane's higher ground turret kin. So, like you were saying, it's putting a bit of more pressure onto the side of LGD, but I don't think this pressure is enough to make them crack.
Not yet, right? Most of them, they're reaching their final evolution in terms of items. We do expect the Dragon's Rage coming up from the lane, as well as the Starbreaker already completed onto Nakoruru. Here we go. This is going to be a split push attempt. Will they get pushed out? No, they won't, because they are standing right beside the wall. Very good intuition to make sure that even if the push comes in, when the push comes to shove, they won't be shoved out of the way.
Yes, I mean, my earphone just dropped out there. I just completely missed that by accident.
តែតែ6 kill មែនតែ Team Secret គាត់អាចនិយាយបានថាជា King of Comeback អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាគាត់អាចមានឱកាស comeback តែឱកាសហ្នឹងវាបន្តិចដែរថា LGD គាត់លេងល្អដែរអញ្ចឹងវាបាក់ដែរចាំមើល just like
LGD that was able to get the Shadow Overlord here, which means that that minion wave in the farm lane is going to get taken out as well, and Shadow Vanguard is going to be able to maintain the defense of the crystal on the side of LGD. For Meekin, it seems like a very, very slow burning, but for sure calm before the storm here for LGD. They're just waiting, like you say, for those evolutions, those items.
Yeah, you know what? Riddle me this, but I think Team Secret actually like this position at this point.
Yeah, they seem a little bit of a sadist, don't they? It's like, oh, we got back towards the walls. We thrive here. I mean, they thrived at that bot lane higher ground turret for quite some time, and they're kind of trying to replicate it here in the Clash lane, but the Shadow Vanguard has put a bit more of a pressure, a little bit more focus for the side of Team Secret back once again
down into the farm lane, and Clash Lane higher ground turret does fall, so only one solo little sausage of a higher ground turret remaining for Team Secret.
Yep, they pull a page out of the Sun and Yuhan book. They just go straight for the damage here. It could be even out if they manage to get themselves on the tier 3 on the top lane of LGD's base. So Team Secret need to play their cards right now, because the next big objective is coming out in 20 seconds or so. That is going to be the Tempest Dragon.
I mean, did we ever think we would
អូ
see
មិន
this
like
kid,
Mobile
a
Legends
Tempest
ឡាយ
Dragon
ដែរតែចម្លើយ
between
គូ
these
ពេលមានស៊ីស៊ូន
Malaysian
លេង
Titans of Season 2 so far? I mean, if these games were quick successions of 8 minutes, I would
ថ្ងៃហ្នឹង
be
ធីម
very
ស៊ីស៊ូនអត់លេង
disappointed.
ស៊ីស៊ូន
But
លេង
to
ថ្ងៃ
see
10
the fact that the Tempest
យើង
Dragon
មើល Watch
comes
Party
through
សាថ្ងៃហ្នឹងយើងមាន
really
giveaway
shows
air
that
របស់
LGD
Team
have
Secret
to definitely think
អ
and
ញ្ចឹងអ្នកគ្នាកុំភ្លេចចូលរួមលេងហងបើអត់ដឹងទេអ្នកខ្ញុំ show ម្ដងទៀតចូលទៅកាន់ post នេះចូល pick next level ហ្នឹងមកចូល post ហ្នឹងហើយគ្រាន់តែ share អា stream ខ្ញុំ live ហ្នឹងហើយតោះមក mention មិត្តភក្តិអ្នកនរគ្នា share អានេះមួយផងនិយាយទៅ share stream ខ្ញុំ live អាពេលកំ live ហ្នឹងហើយនឹង share អា post ហ្នឹងហើយតោះមក mention មិត្តភក្តិអ្នកនរគ្នា5នាក់ហើយ share post ហ្នឹង public ហើយ like page ទៅមានឱកាសឈ្នះអា Team Secret នឹងមានបោះសោបខ្មែរTeam Secret comeback
taking game 1 from LGD with such a
my
macro
god
play.
King of
Big
comeback
up to
អ្នក
the
នេះ
boys on Team Secret.
ដូចនិយាយចឹង
Wow. Tempest playing the
ថាទៅបើតែគេ
absolute
គ្រប់គាត់មែនតែ
bait
គាត់
there
comeback រហូត
for
ដល់
Team
Team Secret នេះស្ដាច់
Secret.
comeback
Hello.
every
Yep, they
game
feel it
ឲ្យ
as
តែ
well. What a sucker punch, and I
Ai
think
da-
at this point LGD
ប៉ិន
feel
តុបហ្មងតុប
insulted.
រហូតដល់ comeback
You know what? If I'm in the seat of the LGD boys, I
Outside
would
the
be
Team
pissed
Secret
because
bay
right
zone
now
thế.
they thought they had the game. They were in the favorite position. Like you said, they were a little bit sadistic about themselves, right? Team Secret, they held on, and they waited until the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, that was all mainly propped up by the Chow, though. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for that pick, that would have been a shot in the dark, really, because there was no way that they would be able to see one of the side of Team Secret traveling all the way down to that farm lane to get to that high ground turret, and then obviously that huge teleport just opening up and just pretty much putting such a whole aggression onto the side of LGD. But it's not the first time we've ever seen the Tempest being used this way, like just being used as a bait, seeing that the team
បើអ្នកនរគ្នាមើល giveaway flat មកវិញ comeback បាត់
for the kills, for the
What the fuck?
aggression, the macro,
Ain't no way, bro.
everything. Then just see the Tempest Dragon
Oh
come
my
through,
God.
and then we have the Chow and the Futsu. It was pretty much written, I feel like, for Team Secret. They were just waiting for that point, right?
Yep, definitely, right? At this point, Sky Dome, along with the Ominous Premonition, Succubus Cloak, Glacial Buckler, along with the Spark Forge Dagger. I'm talking about TS Sun here, doing so much work on the Futa. Besides that, the one thing that I think really changed the game for the side of Team Secret came in the form of Lung. Right, his wave clear potential was what held off LGD for majority of the game. Those wildfire, those scorching bolts, as well as the flames of war, really did their job here. He made sure he was sustainable. He made sure he had the insatiable tome. He had the void staff, glacial buckler as well, get the 20% cooldown reduction, along with the frozen breath and mass of agony. So if it ever went Ori for them, at least he could do a lot of damage over time.
Yeah, when in doubt, scream and shout for Joe Yu, because like you were saying there, kid, in that great analysis, is if there's one mage that you're able to just keep your
Comeback.
crystal alive, or just keep that pressure from those last lines of defenses of the higher ground turrets, Joe Yu is your guy. Like, honestly, the fire domains being dropped through, being able to just clear the
Oh.
minion waves from a very safe distance, but also put pressure onto the side of your enemy team. But there we go, 73.5k. He had the most damage in the game, TS Long there. But again, mad props to both Sun and Yuan there in that final showdown of the game. That backdoor play was just so beautiful, kid. It's just hard to just completely just take my mind away from that moment. It was just what we've been waiting for the whole of Season 2, right?
Yep, I mean, it was clear, right? The moment you saw that creep wave, that minion wave marching down the bot lane, and the moment they allowed Yuhan as well as Sun to really just traverse down that lane, you knew something was brewing already. And at this point, if you notice throughout the entire game, Sun has never dropped the Sage's Might on.
ខ្ញុំចាំតិចទៀតចូល game 2ខ្ញុំ
Now this is the
ខ្ញុំ
story of
មកវិញ
an
ខ្ញុំ
actual comeback.
ទៅរកមើល
Never had the lead past
នេះផ្លេអ្នកនរគ្នាខ្ញុំឈាមឈាមអត់នឹងឈាម
the
ស្គី
next
ខ្លាច
game.
នេះខ្សែ
And
ភ្លើ
this
ង
was
ចាំតិច
LGD all the way, and all they did was to wait for that one spectacular moment, right? Where he threw his Sage's Might onto the Mayin. He made his life hell. And boy, did they complete the job well.
Yeah, if you showed anybody that gold graph, Ken, they'd be like, what? Well, why does it say 1-0? Why does it say the team that has no gold lead won that one? And you would have to explain to somebody that probably has never played HOK the absolute potential of Futsu and the Chao combo, but that's just beautiful. We've been saying the entire of the Season 2 Invitational. There he goes.
Yeah.
He finally gets his MVP.
Yeah.
You won. Finally secured it. That means all of Team Secret have secured an MVP for Season 2 Invitational. I feel like a proud father right now, kid. I don't know about you.
I feel like you are a fortune teller at this point, right? The one person that you talked about who said you said he didn't get the MVP, and what a MVP performance by Yuhan. Well deserved at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for this pick, like I already said in that post game very early on, was if it weren't for that combo, it wouldn't have happened any other way. But then again,
Sickly.
Team Secret would have probably played a lot different in that whole match. But we saw them always playing on the back foot. They was always pretty much playing with their backs against the walls, their fists up, just trying to block those body shots, those head shots coming through from the side of LGD. But what a brawler, what a fantastic game one to open up the grand finals to. I mean, show match was entertaining. This is business. This is cinema. That ending was absolutely banging, Ken. But this replay just shows how much of a fantastic game one we had.
Yeah, we were, touting about LGD as the best team since day one of group stages and stuff like that. But today, I think Team Secret has shown up knowing that they have done the research and they are a much better team at this point. This is just game one for sure, but based off of game one, it looks like Team Secret does have that secret sauce. We could be expecting very great team things from them if this continues.
Yeah, like I said, the secret for Team Secret clearly was hope, and they were putting a lot of hope and effort onto that play. I feel like because how we've seen these two teams perform, it makes me think that it's not a stretch of the imagination to think that this was the play all along that they were going for. They were just hoping and waiting for the right moment, just keeping the game off till the Tempest Dragon. Lady Chen and then obviously Zerk coming through towards the end just wouldn't have been enough to actually fend off the absolute beast to be reckoned with Team Secret at that crystal.
Yep, there's one member we need to, make sure we say our graces to, and that's the coach of Team Secret as well. The coaches are always overlooked. This is something that he has definitely researched time and time again. We have had about, 16 matches throughout from group stages all the way till the grand finals today. That's a lot of homework to go through. And to be able to find this one particular action that LGD has the chink in the armor for, that's impressive.
Very impressive, but what's even more impressive is if you are a content creator, Honor of Kings wants to work with you, wants to give you a little bit of rewards for making content for their fantastic game. So apply to become an official Honor of Kings creator like myself and post about Season 2 for a chance to get a reward. Just search HOK Studio to link your account and find out more information. It couldn't be any more simple than that, and you will be inundated with rewards, assets for making your content. It's all there, baby.
Oh, for sure. Now, if you're also interested to be a little brighter, you can take a look at the Shining Star, where I'm talking about the Yao jungle hero. I mean, you can play him almost in any role, up to you, depends on how you want to use him at this point. But we hope that you have tried out our Shining Star already. If you haven't, you can buy him from the store. Don't worry, it's not free of charge. You have to spend your currency in game for it as well. Just make sure you make the best return on investment when you use him, similar to how LGD and Secret are showcasing in this game.
Yes, obviously, will not be present in the Season 2 Invitational, but we may see him into EWC MSI, which I really hope forward to, because again, a great potential on this hero. Yes, he's very squishy, but the fast farming potential that this hero has in the jungle is absolutely crazy, Ken. But speaking of fast, that game was nothing but fast, because obviously going towards the 20-minute mark, but every little game, every little just interaction, team fight was just furious. fast, just had it all. Just the recipe for a fantastic grand finals match.
Yep, let's take a look at the player head-to-head as we're going to flash that on the screen for you very shortly. Look at the two players, Musan King and Tian X, right? KDA much higher for Musan King. We know him as the king of double kills, right, at this point. But the gold per minute, slight difference only. 759 on the side of Musan King, 728 on the side of Tian X. And if you take a look at the damage per minute, it's actually higher for the side of Tian X, which means he makes much more damage with the gold that he gets. Right, but he doesn't get that many kills. So with that, they have shown across about 7 different heroes in their hero pool thus far on the road to the grand finals. We might see more today.
Hey, it just shows discipline, right, Kin? I mean, if you are able to do a lot of damage, but not claim as much kills, that means TNX is just giving them over to his teammates, where funneling that gold needs to go through. But the likes are...
Wow.
There we go. Confident 3-0 from TNX after that first game. I mean, it would be quite an upset of the century right though, Kim, because like I said, in the introduction of this grand finals match, these two teams have played against each other once before in the qualifiers that pretty much got them here. That is LGD. And it was a 3-1 victory for LGD. So, hey, Team Secret are like, hey, let's make that a 3-0, baby, because we are 1 point ahead. Let's see how it goes.
Yep, I mean, Blam, I have so many things I want to bounce off with you for. Like, first and foremost, do they ban out the Da Qiao? Do they change the strat? Or do they rush the early game? There's so many questions.
There is plenty of questions, but it looks like that is not the one. Zhongfei meets the banhammer on the side of LGD, who picked them themselves. So they don't want Hu Huan to get the Zhongfei, which out of 10 matches, now 11, Zhongfei has only really surfaced out of 3 of them for the side of Team Secret. We see that Z is more of the Chao, Sun Bin, Dolia, Yaria type kind of support player. So really a big utility within them, a big enchanter hero pool for the side of Team Secret, rather than the Zhongfei that all the other teams within Season 2 go for.
That's right.
But rightfully so, they do shut down the JR's big pick, which is the Lady Sun. But we are seeing JR getting the Arlie, and I think I'm a little bit more feared for the Arlie than the Lady Sun pick right now.
Yup, similar style again. This time they will allow the Da Qiao through. So rightly so. Team Secret gonna snap that up, take up the Mai Shiranui as well. But I like LGD's chances this game. They have the Shangguan, they have the Dolia as well. This is a potent combo.
Yeah, I mean, having 2 final strokes, Kin, that's going to be horrible into these team fights, right? I mean, if you're going to try and catch Shangguan, she's going to be up in the air, just like, la 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 la, attacking you from above, doing lots of damage. The only way that Team Secret can really counter that is by clumping together and just making sure that the damage is spread finely across all of the 5 heroes on the side of Team Secret. But it looks like they're going to go for the Da Qiao pick once again, but it is going to be paired with the Mai Shiranui, which out of those 11 matches, Mai has only appeared twice on the side of Team Secret, which is really interesting that they're bringing that out now.
Yeah, I mean, if you give them a chance, Lewis, we've already seen very clean gameplay with the Mai Shiranui when given a chance, right? But at this point, I'm really concerned for the side of Team Secret because based on what you have shared with us, yes, they will look to clump up. This is only if the Sea of Fate isn't in time, right? But if they clump up, big heroes like
មកវិញអ្នកនរគ្នា
will love
មួយ0ទៅកាន់ Team Secret Ben Alan Ben Hino Ben Lady Sun Pick Mai Pick Ta Chiêu Pick Fushi ដដែលតាChiêu Fushi នៅតែជាជំរើសរបស់ Team Secret ហើយនឹងខាង Team LGD វិញ Ben Zhongfei Pick Ali Pick Shangguan Pick Dolia ពី slot ទៀតចាំមើលមើល Pick អីខ្លះ
But it's really interesting that the fact that they've gone for the Mai Shiranui, because is this a little bit of a
Wait, so
telltale
on side.
token that they aren't going to be playing that same back foot game or trying to get all the way to those high ground turrets just to wait for that Tempest Dragon to come up again because they don't have the Zhou Yu now, yeah? So again, that pressure, the pressure of these lanes is going to be stronger, especially against heroes like the Mai Shiranui, now locked in with a Charlotte. That jungle has to be a tank pick, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, at this point, I have to say I'm pretty fearful of what Team Secret has to offer. Every single time they solidify their picks, I am just seeing win conditions after win conditions. This is a dive-heavy composition coming out from Team Secret, allowing the Charlotte as well as the Mai Shiranui to really go crazy under the turrets and get sent back home with the Sea of Fate. So LGD, yes, they need tanky heroes, but they need tanky heroes who can deal the killing blow as well. This is why the Byron is immediately picked up on the side of LGD.
And there's that Kaiser. I was really hoping the Kaiser pick probably would have gone over to the side of Team Secret there, but now Dolia has the pairing with the Kaiser. I don't think you're going to be seeing that second ultimate go over to Shangguan much, because Kaiser now having 16 seconds of just pure sponginess is going to be really hard for this, as you said, Kin. This is a very much heavily dive potential, a dive orientated team comp on the side of Team Secret. You have the Mai Shiranui, you have the Charlotte, you have the Futsu as well. But I suppose once they all dive into one place, we could have those Whirlpools come through from the Chao. It really paired very well in game one, and they go for the Lamb. Whoa, first time of the season 2. We are being treated, Kid. I feel like we are kings right now. They are just giving us what we want.
Yes, give us what we ask for. We will make your life much happier. And definitely, I love me a good Lam at this point. And Team Secret, I like the potential win conditions, but you can't ignore LGD when they have such a tanky lineup.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they've got to not underestimate here on the side of LGD is the fact that they do have that Kaiser. They have the Byron as well, which in most matchups in the Clash Lane early game, we see more favorable to the Byron than it is the Charlotte. But again, when it comes to those team fights around those jungle objectives, Ken, the Charlotte will probably shine a lot brighter than the Byron, depending on how Siang plays him. But all these players play these heroes to perfection. I'm just a little bit more scared of how this Harley's going to play into it as well, because I'm going to say you're going to be seeing the Harley as pretty much a distraction, I feel, to the Futsu, because that's who you're going to really want to try and lock down, that being one of their only range heroes, right?
Yeah, for sure. So it's a little bit concerning, right? That's one of the things that I will worry about if I'm Team Secret, but I'm pretty sure they have a good game plan here.
They've got to. They've got to. I mean, they're in the grand finals, Ken. They have to be pulling out some stops here that we are unsure of, but they are heavily sure of. They know what they are doing. But again, just to kind of prop up this Lamb pick, he is very reliant on the Azure Golem, like the Luna, but it's not kind of the be-all, end-all if Lamb doesn't get it. It's kind of just like depends on how they're expecting to play this Lamb, right?
Yeah, for sure. We will be expecting quite a lot of bursts coming in. It's a nice knock-up on the top lane as well. Can they get the catch onto him? Xiang will fall. It is going to be Shen who gets credited with the first blood. Team Secret take the lead.
That was a great bait, Kin. We saw that Maya Shiranui just dashed into the Whirlpool and then baited the Byron to go in. That was beautiful, but here is Lamb. Lamb can bring any enemy closer to his teammates using his combo 1-1 and then ultimate. He can also deal hard damage to enemies nearby using the same combo. So once again, you want to be diving in with the first ability and then using the first ability once again to be dealing even more damage, but then being able to also push your enemies from their safe space or pushing them into an even more dangerous zone into your teammates. Lamb has it all within his kit.
Yep, Xuan surely going to be in a world of pain here. Storm Strike coming in. That's 4 members committed, but they don't get the kill. He makes it out. Team Secret survive once again.
A beautiful preemptive gank there. I feel that Charlotte knew what was about to happen, but this was the thing that we lost, right, Kid, was that bait and switch. They baited Siang into the whole interaction in that replay. That was just so beautifully, so much finesse on the side of Team Secret, are really making me, they're making a fangirl of Blam right now, Kin. I don't know about you. I felt like a proud dad a moment ago, and they feel like a fangirl of Team Secret. But those baits and switches that are going on right now for that team, phenomenal.
Well, slightly different for me. I feel like a computer because I'm trying to compute all the different scenarios of what they were going through their heads at that point, right? Like the fact that they made sure that he was low enough and in a specific distance from Xiang where he couldn't get the kill, but had to commit his Storm Strike and Electrifying Charge to go in. That's the one outplay that I'm super impressed by.
Yep, I mean,
it seems to just be. I'm kind of just expecting it now at this point between these two teams because they have just proven themselves time and time again within Season 2 Invitational anyway, and now to go head-to-head in the Grand Finals, I feel like if any other team got to this point, it would be probably a cakewalk for either of these Malaysian teams, but hey, Malaysia against Malaysia is definitely no cakewalk at all, especially when there's some bad blood on the table here. Like I keep letting those viewers at home know that this has actually happened once before, Ken. Those qualifiers, to get them here, this is where they met for the first time, but Lung...
Oh, he will make it out. Oh, goodness, so many plays where he's just escaping from the clutches of LGD.
3-0 let's go.
I didn't even know my Shiranui had that many dashes, Ken. That's how like, shocked I am. A little bit kind of speechless within that play from Lung, but hey, Tyrant and Overlord are now up. It's going to be really interesting to see where their affinities lie going into this first phase of the jungle objectives.
Yep, vision provided by the Sea of Fate by Yuhan at this point. He does catches a glimpse of what's happening on the top lane. They're forcing Xiang away, so they might not have enough firepower for this. It has to be a steal. It's not going to happen. Musan King will take it. It's a big win for them, but the Sea of Fate saves the team again. Team Secret just outplaying LGD at every instance.
I've just got one word of advice for those watching at home. Put some tape up your eyelids, because if you blink, you've missed it. I mean, I almost missed that, but that was just beautifully executed once again. That the Chow pick coming through, that's surely got to be banned in Game 3, right? Because the way that Team Secret are finessing this hero is crazy.
Yep, it's hard to tell me that this is not a better team that Team Secret has put up at this point. A very different monster, right? From group stages till the grand finals, this is not the same Team Secret that I know.
No, the development has been massive here for both of these teams, and Team Secret reading the show here. Long before you get caught out, Ken.
Yep, he will dash away once
B-dash.
again. What is he doing? Long! That's not how he's supposed to play the game. But anyway, in the fight, they do get a punishment on the Sun as well as Yuhan. He will be the second victim, and that is the wrath of LGD. Yes, you run away so many times, but Suhong might be the victim here. The support comes in. Xiang makes it difficult for him, but Shen will still get the kill. He's now running for his life. He will not make it. And as it stands now, LGD do recover.
That's what happens when you poke the bear, right? You make that bear aggressive, and that bear just lashes out. And to be a bear or a king right now, Musan King really played that very well.
They will pull away at this point. Can they actually get the kill on Musan King? Invisible Warrior will run out pretty soon, and this is 3-on-1. He's holding his own, but there's no support coming in. It will be TNX. One more kill for the side of Team Secret.
Just another sort of con of going into your enemy jungle is that your teammates aren't going to be able to sort of secure you. We had the Dolia there, but again, Ken, there's so much going on.
I'm not gonna say anything at this point. The Sea of Fate sends them back, and this is revenge here itself, falling a little bit low. Xuan once again gets a kill. Finishing stroke defensively. Corporal punishment laid down. Sage's might. Double kill for the side of Xuan. Team Secret, they make it out once again. Sun will not be punished. Well, he wants to change his Sage's might, and he's still surviving. He runs away, and TNX on the back lines here, coming in for the kill. Once again, Sea of Fate. How many times do I have to say it?
I'm kind of understanding now why Team Secret Shuhan has not been given an MVP up until this point, because if he showed this potential at any point in the Season 2 Invitational, Kin, it would have been pretty much, no, we know what's going to go on here. We know the lifesaver that Yuhan is, but damn, did we know he was this good?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Pleasantly surprised at this point. You guys can't see me. I'm shaking my head. Team Secret, what a team, man.
I'm going to say, from that last little engage down in the farm lane, I was literally just like, gobsmacked. My mouth was wide open. If you tried to get me to shoutcast at that point, you just hear just noises of just like, what's going on? But here we are, the Whirlpool just putting pressure on, pushing that minion wave a little bit further for the side of Team Secret. Just really just bait and switch at this point. But is there anything going into the 8-minute mark here, Kin, that we could be seeing from LGD other than this team fight right now?
Well, it's the lockdown here, sir, being caught in no man's land 1-on-5, and Musan King cannot save his support here, so will be taken down. At the same time, Musan King caught in between He's just being pressured away, bullied out by Team Secret.
Yeah, he's not having the most fun of times, it seems, on the side of Musa and King there. But again, we're used to him playing those flashier heroes. The only time we've probably never seen him play a flashier hero is when the likes of the Dune comes through. But most times out of 10, it's either the Monkey or the Dune. But seeing the Kaiser is probably the only second time we've seen him play this pick. And where's that going? Where's the blade going, homie? It's going all the way onto one of the enemy heroes.
I'm almost speechless at this point, right? Musan King, you can see he's trying so hard. And this is the first time we're looking at LGD struggle.
Yes, there is a bit of a struggle here. A little bit of a contempt for their opponents seem to be overshadowed now from that game one, it seems. But if we're looking at the kills here, they are 2 kills ahead on the side of Team Secret. The gold lead is nothing to scream and shout about, even though we are doing plenty of that for them, Kin. But again, it seems like it could just all be a coin flip here. But down goes the T2 turret. That is another one for Team Secret.
Well, I just wanted to remind you, we are 9 minutes into the game. That's 3 turrets taken by the side of Team Secret already.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a lot more of a pressure applied here, and the Chao and Futsu combo is not being interrupted by the likes of the Zhongfei, it seems, because it definitely reflecting back at game one, that seemed to be
nice catch! Stages
them,
might! It's gonna be all of them, all on the battleground. It's gonna be Loon taking out as well. They will run away. Once again, nobody dies on the side just yet, but Shen will be taken out shortly. It is gonna be looking like a favorable trade for the side of LGD. 1 for 1 at this point. Can they get it? Oh no! TNX says no, this is not the way this runs this game. TNX will get the kill, and Team Secret walk away the victors once again.
Not only that, taking the second tier turret down into the farm lane as well, opening up that high ground turret, but there's some more going on here. Oh, a cleanup crew for the side of Team Secret. TNX was not quite ready to exit the gorge at that point, but I feel like this would be a risky Shadow Tyrant for them to take here, Ken.
Yep, it's a dangerous one, but you know, one thing that's really scary for the side of LGD is the fact that the finishing stroke by Zihong was tanked totally by Lung and nothing happened. He did not die.
Didn't die at all. He's just able to run out of there. I mean, I'd say run. That's probably a lack of a worse word, dashing out of there. But here we go again, Kin. There's something going on.
Yep, the Stage's Mind locks down Musan King on the backlines. TNX looking for his targets. Death from below. What a kill. It's going to be 1 kill. Zhe is taken out of the picture. Musan King cannot last. And Team Secret see the victory path.
Yep, that's a high ground turret is looking mightily low there. Futsu coming through with just 1 minion. They haven't even touched the mid lane yet, Kin. What is this violation right now?
Team Secret hộ Bayson LGD mà.
Is this going to be the game to end?
It looks like so. They will get the kill on the backline. Xiang actually forced to use the ultimate, and
Thằng
they
Bayson
will get
LGD
rid
mà
of
mày,
JR.
Team
There
Secret.
is no more damage. Zihong is left alone. And it's
game kia vãi cả comeback mà nè game.
nothing against
Vì
Team
ní vay
Secret.
kia bên rồi. Team Secret cái lắm rồi.
Pretty much stuck together, so the damage was a bit too much. Finally spreaded on the side of LGD, the Shangguan, not quite shining through that much. We were really hyping this pickup for the beginning part of the Season 2 Invitational, but then as it slowly started to come out, we were seeing more and more flaws of the Shangguan pick, especially when we have teams that play very well against it.
Yep, I mean the space split here, what a beautiful timing as well. Musan King catches the glimpse of 5 heroes. He's now going to be trying Invincible Warrior, going to be popped down, Sea of Fate dropped as well. But it's
Game không vay mấy snap vào game game kia vay trong đi hệ nữa.
Xiang changes the story here. Yihon will be taken out. Finally, they win something against Team Secret, and it could be the reward of the Overlord. But TNX,
Vậy nhóm sâu mà hồi vậy ha.
they know where he is now. He will be spotted out.
Thì phim kia vay phim rồi.
So LGD looking like they finally have something on the table to eat.
Yeah, definitely something to show from that last team fight there, Kim. But I feel like that whole play that TNX was cooking up in his head was like, hey, yo, I'm waiting here until I can dive that and steal that. But then Byron's ultimate came through and just completely outshone that. But let's have a little quick look at the goal difference. So TNX with a 10k against the 6.8k in that jungle is really showing where the cracks are starting to show on the side of LGD's team comp in game 2.
Yep, a lot of massive damage actually, and this is the reason why you see there's not enough damage. August Wood coming out for the Shangguang, along with the Void Staff. More defensive capabilities rather than an offensive one at this point.
Yeah, Musang King tried to help himself to the Azure Golem of Team Secret, but we saw that TNX was able to claim that, whilst we see once again the Futsu and the Chao combo coming through, but nicely played. They waited, they knew what was happening. They dropped it in the Clash lane. However, we are seeing a little bit of a game one history repeating itself here, but for the other team.
Yeah, they might regret this decision. I'm not sure whether they caught a glimpse of TNX at that point at the top there, but it looks like they will shortly as well. Crimson Golem going to be threatened, and TNX, he's going to just play really safe, right? They don't need to overextend any of these fights. It's really just build room for the side of Sun and Yuhan, and right now they can trade out the Crimson Golem as well.
Yeah, you don't want to be dying for the Crimson Golem at this point, especially in the Grand Finals. It's definitely where you don't want that room of error to be huge, but JR actually doing very well there, taking the T2 turret from the side of Team Secret into the Clash lane. But we are seeing the Team Secret are trying to get the Shadow Tyrant for themselves once again. I think Kaiser's just going to be a little bit too late there. He didn't want to fancy diving in because they could have just wall pulled out there, Ken.
Yep, they definitely did. See a fake to send Sun home once again. This is really irritating to play against. And you know, some people would say, hey, this is an old strat, it's a cheese strat, but it works, guys. It works.
I mean, it is definitely working, and if you want it to work, it's working in a grand final situation, so there is no limits to this actual team comp here. Okay, Kin, potential.
Yep, it's going to be a poke at this point. I don't think they will be coming just yet. Now, here comes the Cavalry, the finish onto JR. There's not a lot of damage left on the side of LGD. They have to make turntails and run. Suhong going to be taken down as well. Secret take out 2.
Secret do take out 2, and we have the Futsu going to try and rotate here to the higher ground turret.
Team Secret is going for the 3-0
only one. This is where
សង្ស័យតែវាឆ្នះ Secret ទេ LGD
Are they looking to thrive here, Kin?
Secret នេះ
doesn't look that with their way on the back lines.
Secret
Nobody's
នេះ
protecting them. So it's
flaw
down. The
laboratory,
base is
man.
exposed. Crystal is open. The damage is being dealt by Team Secret. They get rid of Musan King. They get rid of the Crystal. They get the second win in this best of 5.
Woo! Team Secret really putting LGD through their paces. This is not the same Team Secret from the qualifiers all the way back of the Open Series. Oh, I mean, can you see the hesitation on LGD's face here, kid?
LGD បាក់មកលេង
I don't know. I
លេង
feel like
ឈ្នះ
I'm
បើ
taking a page
ដោយ
out of
សារ
LGD's book. I'm
អា
gonna
ហ្គេម
lean back because
ដំបូង
that was a
comeback ហ្គេមនេះ
that
គេ
was
គ្រប់
a
ហើយគេវាយឈ្នះ
killer
បានទេ
game. Good.
LGD បាក់មកបាក់ហ្គេមមួយដោយសារហ្គេមមួយហ្នឹងត្រូវឈ្នះតែគេ comeback បានវិញ
Every
ចឹង
factor of that game was
Yeah,
pretty
right.
much on point, but again, Team
Yeah,
Secret
but
just taking that deadly combo in the farm lane as if LGD thought they would be able to punish them going into game 2, even if they were to pick up the Futsu and the Chao. I'm very surprised at that decision there. It's a very poor decision, I have to say, but obviously game 3, they have to make amends with this and hopefully try and take a game for themselves.
I'll be honest, we have had a lot of friends who came to us and talked about this game, and you know, the consensus was it's going to be tight, it's going to be close. But Team Secret is breaking the hearts of LGD fans all over the world at this point. Take a look at items. My God, Blam, help me out here, man.
Help you out? I mean, we saw plenty of anti-heal come through onto the side of LGD there, because again, we had the Burning Cake come through on the side of Kaiser to try and mitigate Lamb's healing potential, but then we saw all those really high damaging magic items come through from like the Mai Shiranui. It's no doubt that the Spark Forge dagger came through for the Futsu, but you kind of see the Succubus cape come through as well to kind of try and soak the damage from the Shangguan, because again, that was some huge damage that could have been a massive potential for the side of LGD. But once again, a lot of acts of torment coming through because we didn't really have a huge front line on the side of LGD because Musang King was put through the paces.
Yeah, for sure. And if you take a look at the itemization, I think TNX, you know what? The item that he builds, it looks pretty decent, but when I build the same thing, I'm not as tanky, I'm not as damaging. This is weird, but TNX 6-0-5. Let's take a look at the damage that he dealt across the board. Very even damage. Lung taking up 89,000 damage dealt towards the side of LGD. Helped out by Sun trying to chase his compadre here. 81.3 thousand damage dealt across the board to LGD's members. But most importantly is that everyone is sharing the damage almost evenly on the side of Team Secret.
I think that was the key for Team Secret in this game too, because if they didn't, the likes of the Shangguan allowing the Ali to get through and all up into your team comp would have been deadly. And again, the Byron wasn't the greatest sort of play or performance here from Siang, because once you're in with the Byron, it's a little bit harder to get out of that interaction. You're pretty much, once you dive in, you are committed to that fight. And most times out of 10, Siang fell pretty short there, but we are seeing once again, but very different gold graph here. Only a little peak for LGD there, Kin.
No, they just swapped sides, right? Because LGD had this gold graph similarly, and at this point, Team Secret just being crazy, absolutely crazy with it. They said we can replicate the same gold graph, but with a different playstyle.
But just look down towards the jungle camps here, Kin. I mean, no Shadow Overlord or Overlord taken on the side of Team Secret, and that just really just shows you the potential of the Futsu and the Chao, right? Because they didn't even need the assistance of the Vanguard. It's like, you know what? You guys have a rest on our side for today. Just this game 2. We may need your help in game 3. We'll wait and see how LGD draft and see if they ban out the Futsu and the Chao. But I feel like that was a very well-played game, once again, from Team Secret. Not a lot of sloppiness, not a lot of error, and the MVP is going to TNX once again. You didn't think he was going to be in those interactions, those team fights, and then all of a sudden, whoop, comes Lamb, and then just completely decimated with a no-death run as well. 6 kills, 5 assists, damage taken, 49k, 63 dealt, and then the gold. By dearie lord, we saw it at the gold difference graph in-game. He was 10k ahead, and Kaiser was chilling with 6.
Yeah, you know, if you have never watched the old movie called Jaws, you don't need to watch it. Just watch the replay of this game.
Yeah, just watch this, yeah. Yeah, just watch Lamb come through out of nowhere from the river.
Yeah, let's take a look at how this went down. There were a couple of key moments across the game that really changed the state of the game. This was the first one. The outplay, the bait play by Team Secret, getting the first blood onto Xiang as well. And this was the moment, I think, that Musang King stepped a little too far forward, caught in the middle of 4, pushed back by the death from below, and there was nothing that Zerg could offer.
Yeah, Musang King finally got his hand caught in the cookie jar with that play towards the back end of the enemy jungle. But like you say, you don't need to watch the old school classics Jaws when you see a Lamb coming through so proud, so strong in this whole fight, just dashing around. If it weren't TNX, it was Lung dashing around as well. But again, we honestly thought that that sort of like flank in the beginning of the game may have just been sort of a Hail Mary play or a little bit of a showboating, but it just really just shows the actual tempo for the rest of game 2, that there was just so much class going on the side of Team Secret that there just wasn't enough class on the side of LGD to complete with that one, because once they got rid of the Shangguan, once they got rid of JR, there was no real damage coming from their side.
I like the fact that they delayed that entry into the Eye of the Whirlpool, because all of the damage was actually tanked by TNX, and then the rest of the members came in. So very smart decision. Read the micro decisions that Team Secret have showcased in this game. Make it very clear that they are really of a different breed, different class. And I'm afraid, I'm very scared for the third game of this series, honestly.
I mean, we could be afraid, we could be looking at very anticipation, just with pure anticipation, I mean, sorry. But again, those could be two emotions, very mixed up. You can be very scared and very sort of like on edge, but you can also be very anticipated and very on edge. And with the anticipation of Game 3, we have to share the anticipation for EWC, because that is going to be the next tournament, the next big tournament within On Earth Kings, if not the biggest of the year to date. So once again, thanks to the Esports World Cup for sponsoring the Season 2 Invitational. As we know, the 8 teams that got to the knockouts are going